Welcome to my first video post. In this post, I have a series of videos in which I'm going to talk to you about the Maya interface. An interface is the different elements that are present in a particular software. These elements may be the tools, the menus present or the presets present, etc. And in this video, we're going to see the Maya interface. So obviously, we're going to see the elements that are present inside Maya. Once we familiar ourselves with these elements, it will be easy for us to move to the more complex part where we will be modeling or animating a character. Let's get started. Let me open Maya. Okay, I have Autodesk Maya 2009. The different versions of Maya available. I think the latest one is 2012, and my videos and my tutorials are applicable to all the versions. It's common. This is just a small learning information that Maya gives you. I'll be teaching you this, so we can skip this. And once I maximize it, that you have the Maya interface. In this overview, I'm going to show you the location of the different elements that are present in Maya. Let me start from the top. The topmost bar you see here, this is the menu bar that is present inside Maya. And below the menu bar, you have the status line. This is the status line. Below the status line, you have the shelves. The shelf has all the elements that are frequently used grouped together on basis of relevance. For example, if you go to the polygons, have the different polygonal shape like the polygon sphere, cube, and for example, if you say go to animation, you have the different bones that are present. So you can see what the shelf does. It makes our job easier. And below the shelves, you have the panel menu over here. And below the panel menu, you have the workspace. This is the workspace. You can rotate the workspace any place any direction you want. For rotating your workspace, you have to hold on to Alt and press your left mouse button and move it in the right or left direction. You can move it up or down any way you want. And anything and everything that I want to model, you're going to animate, you're going to rig is going to happen here. This is your virtual world, and below the virtual world you have the time slider. Time slider, we'll be using it in animation. So these denotes the frames that are used in animation. And below the time slider you have the range slider. You can see what the range slider actually does. It helps us to navigate in between the time slider or the frames easily. And this box here is useful to go to a specific frame quickly. For example, let me type to the 10th frame. See, it will take you to the 10th frame easily. And you can also adjust by holding on this cube. You can also adjust the number of frames you want to be seen in a particular time. If you extend it more, you will get more number of frames. The shorter it is, the lesser the number of frames you get. And this is often used by animators to increase the frame. This box, for example, now you can see you have 48 frames. Let me give let's say 75, and now you can see the extra frame that is added. And over here, these two boxes is similar to these two. Here, this is also used to navigate in your frame and navigate to your frames, like for example 3. But you can notice the difference. If you give your frames here, it appears to your left hand side. The first frame to your left will be the frame that is denoted here, and this side, it's the opposite. It's the right hand side. The first frame towards your right. And this is the first frame that you're going to start your animation with. This denotes the first frame. This box denotes the start time of the animation, and it denotes the first frame, similar to this, which denotes the last frame of your animation. And below the range slider, you have the command line. Command line is for the scripting language in Maya. You give them command for the elements that are present in the virtual world. You have the mel scripting language, and below the command line you have the helpline. Helpline, as the name denotes, it helps us. It tells us where we are, what are we doing. For example, if you see now, I am over here. My mouse pointer is over the pen selection tool. If you see down to the helpline, you can see that it tells you what tool it is. And if you are here, see, it tells you that it is a view which has the perspective and the outliner together. And maybe we are here. Tells you what that particular tool does. Here, you can go here. It tells you what that particular tool is for. It's for extruding the objects. Now let's move towards the left side. Left side is pretty easy. We have only one box over here. This is the toolbox or the toolbar. It contains the frequently used tools inside Maya, and below the toolbox you have the different layouts, the shortcuts for the different layouts. For example, this is one layout that we are in the single perspective view. We have only one grid, and you can see this grid in any perspective you want, front, top, bottom, side perspective, anywhere you want. Then below that you have the four perspective views. This view is often used in for modeling. We'll use the single and the four a lot, and below that there are other views that we will be using randomly. Like for example, this is the outliner and the perspective. So this is basically the shortcut for all the perspective views that are present here. Let's move back to the single perspective. Okay, with that we'll finish the left side. Let's move to the right side. In the right side you have a bigger box, and what you see here is basically determined by these three icons that are present in the status line. Remember, this is the status line, and these three icons determine what we want to see over here. For example, now let me just hide this. This is the first icon towards your right side. If I click that, you have the channel box. Next to the channel box you have the tool setting, and next to the tool setting you have the attribute editor. We'll see what all these three does in the future videos. For now I think we have completed the entire interface, at least the location part of it, the location and the name. In the next few videos you will be seeing each of these elements in detail. Yeah, in my next video I think we'll be seeing about the menu bars in detail, menu bars and status line together. So do see that too. Yeah, see you guys over there. Bye.